Welcome to the Tax Clinic. In our previous episode, we explained that not every government transaction is excluded from the electronic invoicing system. But what about airlines? Are all airline services excluded? The answer is no. To determine what qualifies, we look directly to Article 4 of Ministerial Decision Number 243 of 2025. This legal framework excludes only specific airline supplies, rather than issuing a blanket exemption for the entire industry. Operating on the assumption that an airline enjoys industry-wide immunity is legally false and will result in non-compliance. You must evaluate the individual services. The first specific supply carved out by the decision covers international passenger transport services. These services are excluded only when an electronic ticket is issued. Ancillary services provided directly by the airline to the passenger are also excluded. However, these additional services must relate to the international passenger journey. To finalize this exclusion, an electronic document must be issued. These passenger-related exclusions are permanently available to airlines, but they strictly depend on the digital paperwork being correctly executed. Moving from the passenger cabin to logistics, international air cargo services follow a different rule. These cargo services require the issuance of an airway bill to qualify for an exclusion. But there is a strict limitation here. International air cargo services are only temporarily excluded for 24 months. This temporary exclusion applies exactly from the date the electronic invoicing system becomes effective. While passenger operations enjoy permanent rules, cargo operations face a fixed expiration date on their relief. Consequently, long-term compliance planning for these air freight operations must begin immediately, well before that 24-month window closes. The conclusion is simple. Not every service provided by an airline is excluded. Only the specific airline supplies identified by the ministerial decision qualify for the exclusion, and they only qualify when the required documentary conditions are met. In our next episode, we will step outside the aviation sector to explain the electronic invoicing exclusion that applies to certain financial services. At Tax Clinic, we simplify tax legislation and turn it into practical business decisions. Thank you for watching Tax Clinic today.